everybody was really wonderful, and the group worked so well, and it was organized in such a way that you were meeting new people all the time and collaborating almost instantly. So that really kind of eased me into it. And that made it a lot more enjoyable. And it also gave me some insight into how I could do similar things with my own students, regardless of how comfortable they were with the idea initially, sort of how to ease all of my students. So it was nice to see sort of how it was organized and how it was done, and how I was able to make a lot of connections. I'm still connected with several people that I met there. I've gotten great ideas for things I can do. When I was there with a colleague, which actually helped ease me into it. And we were working on a collaborative project at the time, and we got some really excellent feedback from other people who were in groups that we were working with, and brainstorming ideas on how to really engage our students in service learning, in collaborative ethnography, things like that. So again, some of my biggest takeaways. First of all, I work with elementary school students. And so something that I was concerned about, I wasn't sure how relevant it would be, the idea of really connecting my young students with their community in the way that we participated in collaborative ethnography as a group of adults going out into Brooklyn and really engaging with people on the street. That didn't seem initially necessarily feasible with my students, who the oldest students I see are 10 during the school year and maybe 14 during the summer. So, but through brainstorming with other people, interacting with other group members, and through the actual experience, I realized that we really could get our students out into the community to really find a way for them to be active participants in the community. The other thing for me is that I am a science teacher, so I don't have all the time that a homeroom teacher necessarily does with their students, but I sort of realized the importance of partnerships and collaboration with colleagues. So I've really enjoyed the conferences. I've participated in 2 of the creating community without a classroom conferences. And I also went to one of the seminars with the Kundart Film Institute and the True Justice. And I've really enjoyed all of them. Actually, I would say that I've been doing a lot of PD ever since we went to distance learning, and some of the sessions that I've had through these have been the most influential for me and the most inspiring, which is great. I've been working to incorporate a lot more diversity, equity, and inclusion work and social justice work into my teaching and my work with students. And so I have really enjoyed a lot of that. I enjoyed the Kundart Film Festival session on True Justice. I've really, one of the best experiences I had, former CWI alum who I was in the cohort with, so Eric Rowe. It's about social justice and love and bringing that to the classroom and to your teaching while we are in a time of COVID-19 and distance learning. And he's just really inspiring in general, and everything he's done with his school is so fascinating and fabulous. And I got to work with him a few times in small groups at CWI. So then to actually see him lead a session, and I actually ended up in a breakout room with him for a while, and he helped me brainstorm some things specific to what I can bring back to my school. So that was really helpful. I also was in the Project Green Schools about getting your students active and engaging in environmental activities off of the computer in a time of distance learning, which was great for me being a science teacher, and really trying to, and especially a teacher of small children, trying to get as much hands-on and outdoor stuff as I can with my students as is allowed during this time. So that was really great for brainstorming ways I can get my students engaged and off their computers. And then I also really enjoyed working in the Smithsonian Institute session and seeing those resources and how I can curate my own collection through their collections. And that was a really great resource that I've brought back to some of the teachers in my school. My students are not going to learn the content that I want to share with them and the skills that I want them to grow if I have not created a sense of community within our classroom. They're not going to be motivated to learn. They're not going to want to listen to me, and they're not going to feel driven to do that work if they don't feel that I know them, that I value them. And so that, for me, is really my primary focus.